Back again. I have not really figured this out yet, but we're going to work it out now. So if I look at this picture basically, and I want to treat this as X, this axis is Y, and this is Z, then actually the top of my block that I'm using for the floor is P3. So point 0 in this scenario is of course at X0, Y0, and Zmin model. This is if I want to use this convention. I could do all kinds of things. I can rotate the thing around. I can change 1, 2, and 3. I could treat 2 as Z, for example. But let's try it this way, see if it works. If not, we'll try another way. Um, okay, Zoom model. Yeah, okay. So now point 0 is here at the bottom. Point 1 is still at Zmin model and is at Xmax model Y0. Xmax model Y0. Yes, okay, that's good. Yeah, the X's and Y's stay the same. The Z's are going to change. Zmin model, and now it's only for point 3, of course. And we go X0, Y0, and now I'm at Z floor. Okay, oh, sorry, that was the wrong one. Underscore Z floor. There we go. All right. And now it's going to be floor GP, of course. Okay, let's try that one. And hooray, looks like we cracked it. So there's our model in terms of geometry. We'll see if this all works out, whether we have enough elements here to um, effectively pass stresses into the pillar. But it's not a huge model, it's quite a small model actually, so okay, we're on the right track. Alright, let me go back here now, and I can carry on after that. So the next thing I need to do is probably put in those contacts. So again, I'm going to reuse some of the code I have here. And we've probably seen enough of this thing, but I'm going to reuse it shamelessly because it's very useful, and it works quite well. So make a single interface, and as I may have commented earlier, this actually belongs down here. It doesn't have to go. I don't need to keep redefining things. And as an initial stab, yeah, let's have 30 degrees, 0.1 MPa cohesion. Okay, so Z lay for the first one is going to be Z roof. Let's do the roof one first. The layer group that's going to be involved. The layer. Let me just see the layer group name that's going to be implicated in slot. I'm actually going to ignore that since we're using the default slot, right? So group layer GP name, I'm going to call, I think, call group name in both cases, and we see if that works out. Layer name is just the name I'm going to assign to it, so I'm going to, in this case, actually just call them roof and floor. I'm going to go just roof and then floor, and incredibly, this should all work out of the box. I'm not using that in slot anymore, so I'll just put a comment line there just to remind myself. Well, let's see. Here goes nothing. And now I'm going to do a proper plot. I'm going to do, okay, yeah, this is kind of your demo of how you go about doing plots. Plot 1 is automatically created for you, I think. It was here when we started off. I didn't create it anyway. To add to add new things to your plot, you go up here, build plot, add a plus. Now what I want to see are zones. So these are automatically labeled and colored according to their group. And you can see those have all worked out quite nicely. Now the interfaces. One thing I need to be careful of. So here, these zones are nearly coincident there. By default, when you create one block and then you create another block, it actually stitches them together. It automatically sticks them together. Actually, sorry, I don't have to worry about that because I have this command, which is if they do happen to be stuck together. In fact, these aren't going to be stuck together, but these are. So that's a worry. But it would be a worry if I didn't have that zone separate command. So anyway, let's see if it works. Let's see if it worked. I've plotted the zones now, and now I want to plot the interfaces. And I can kind of make them out there. I'm just going to, you see, you can put a whole bunch of different items into the same plot, and you can turn things on or off. You can turn their visibility on or off. If you want to remove them entirely, then you just use that little X there. You can't kill a legend, obviously, but you can kill the other things if you want to. I'm just going to turn that off and have a look at what it's created, and it looks like, yes, I do have a working interface. Now, earlier I may have said you need to check that the thing's actually got a target. This doesn't have a target, but you still have to run a couple of steps. So, model step 1. Okay, it's not going to work yet because I don't have density assigned. You need a very basic set of properties assigned before you can actually check this. So I'm going to go model C model elastic, and remember, if there's no range, what was it, zone C model. Zone C model elastic, if you don't apply it to a range, then it assumes you're applying it to everything. And I'm going to go zone prop dense 1000. Let's try that. Now let's see if it'll step. Zero stiffness. Sorry. Prop young. 2E10, let's say. And prop ice 0.2, and let's see if it'll step now. Yes, it does step. Okay, now I'm going to repeat that operation. Just check this thing. And hooray, it has a target. Okay, so the contacts are working. I just want to check one extra thing. I want to just show one of the ways you can check if zones are separated or not. I'll just zoom in here a bit, and I'll use my little question marky thing again to say, okay, if you see when I hover over there, it says nearest GPID 3611. If I move below, nearest GPID 110, no, that's right, that's correct, sorry. That's exactly what I want to see. I want to know that this grid point ID is different from the one directly above it. And that's exactly what I wanted. Yes, that's correct. I can check the same for the floor, though I'm sure it will be the same. The gen separate command worked quite nicely. So, yeah, default col 11027 and ID 1. Okay, so we know that it worked. Great. So we've got our interface working, and we've got our